horse's ass on toast. Stop ringing that goddamn bell. Shit the bed. Well, howdy, folks. Come on in. Well, from the looks of them fancy breeches and sassy little hairdos, y'all ain't from around here, are you? So where y'all from? What? I didn't quite get that. Ah. Obviously all y'all is mutes, 'cause you wouldn't be fucking with me now, would you? No, no. See, the last guy that fucked with me ain't having a real good howdy-do today right now. Y'all city slickers think you can come in here and just waste my whole goddamn day, don't you? Well, the hell with that. Get the hell on out of here. I got me some chickens to be dealing with. Look, if you don't quit doing the asshole shuffle and pick one of these goddamn options, I'm gonna come over there and put my boot up your ass. Well, fine. You can just stand there and kiss a dog's titties for all I care. I got me some reading I gotta catch up on, if you don't mind. Christ. Get this here thing on. Jesus. Oh. Yeah, that's a picture of the Grand Canyon or my ex-girl one. Yeah, let me see here if I got it. Oh, darling. I would purely love to bite you in the ass, take lockjaw and have you drag me to death. Oh, yeah. Oh, my Lord. All that and flexible, too. Damn. Let me see here. Turn-ons. Oh, shit. Long walks on the beach, candlelight dinners, puppies. Fuck. Oh, turn-offs. Rude people. Violence. Clowns. Fucking whore. What the hell are you all still doing here? What, are you in love with my ass or something? Well, why don't you just get up off that couch and come here and kiss me on my ass then? Jesus Christ. Oh, well, fine. It is now official. You have just wasted most of my fucking day. It's lunchtime already. Damn. You will excuse me, won't you? Well, thank you very much. One of them juicy motherfuckers. Oh, yeah. I love this shit. Oh, damn. Y'all gotta get a laugh, I'm telling you. I bet you these go over real big at the police station. Damn. Well, fuck you very much.
Be a man, Hogan.
Ooh.
I'm already missing that. I kind of hate that we can't use it. Macho Man from Hell demonetized us for the last one. It didn't matter.
Did you see his CD photo came up on our stream?
Oh, because they tagged it because it
Yeah.
Right, to link it if you want to buy that piece of shit. I'm just kidding.
Hey, I bought it for you.
No, I love it, but you know what? It's false advertising because it's like, hey, you want to buy this, and it sounds nothing like it. What if somebody was actually jiving to the jam you did, where it's like 4 tones down? He's like, rah, rah, rah.
The AI is too good now, or whatever they're doing now. So it's
too good. It's
algorithm. Yeah, they can tell.
But AI is just too good in general, man. It's like social media is just. It's nothing but AI videos and AI stuff. And, like I was watching this, somebody did a world leaders version of We Are the World.
Oh,
where
really?
It's Trump and Vladimir Putin and Xi Jinping. And it's really funny and it's getting really good. Even last year, even from like last year and the year before where this stuff was coming out, it's getting even closer. I mean, our eyes, we can still tell that it's not real. Like it's kind of got a waxiness to it, but it's so much closer now. And it's close to the point where if I saw like a video like that or a lot of the stuff I'm seeing every day, if we saw it 5 years ago, everybody would think it was real. It's just now we're getting conditioned that everything's probably AI.
I saw a video of Jesus doing a podcast, and it was ridiculous. It was funny, dude, because they were asking him like what his favorite movie was, and he was like, it's Dumb and Dumber. He's like, it's the greatest movie of all time, and then he goes on doing Dumb and Dumber quotes.
It's scary, man.
It's
really, dude, like I wouldn't blame an old person for falling for him because, like I said, the only reason that we can kind of tell what AI is still is because we're aware. We're like always thinking almost there. We're at the point now where we're asking, is it AI? Before we're always like prefacing everything, but it's getting so good, man, and it's really scary. And I just I don't know, man. I see all these people with making viral videos and viral shorts by just plugging something into ChatGPT, and what they're getting is incredible. And I don't know if that's just a shame or if they're just smart. Everybody's getting that bag right now. There's people that are creating Instagram accounts. You know, for a couple years now, they've had IG accounts with like IG thoughts, but they're like AI girls, and they're just AI pictures, and people follow them. And you know, I think there's probably still like some boomers in there. They're like, "Oh, your baby, you look so hot. Show me your bobs." Maybe that don't know, but most people know AI now, and people still follow this shit.
Yeah,
it's like, and these people are getting ad revenue and money, and it just blows me away. And at a point, it's going to hit a ceiling, and it's like, well, we can't just, not everybody is going to be allowed at that level. So people are just taking advantage of it right now. I tell you what, I wish I would have, when the stock market tanked, I missed all the tariff stuff, which that's the buzzword, obviously, of the last couple of weeks. Tariffs, the tariffs. Show me where the tariffs touched you. Everybody's freaking out over tariffs. But when the stock market took a shit, I'm like, man, I'm so tempted to just put a whole bunch of money on, because it's gonna eventually bounce back. I didn't think it was gonna fucking bounce back in a few fucking days.
Yeah,
with that 90-day pause, which is hilarious. Not to get too down the rabbit hole on that.
It's going to be pretty volatile though in the next probably the next six months or so. I mean, I don't know. People can invest in it. I didn't invest because I don't know.
Well, I
don't trust it regardless.
The demographic that we're in, maybe a lot of you guys are in. By the way, let's say, hey Zekito, how you doing, man? Clams out for Elder Scrolls 6, RIP. Why? Is it dead? What happened to it? I think the people that are our age, we're gonna be these guys that are left in the dust as far as our skill set before retirement age. And it's like my job might not be here in 10 years, and I'm not going to be retired in 10 years. Same thing with Riverman. So there's a big question mark for guys like us. Now, I don't know if this is like every other generation, right? Because there's our grandparents had to deal with computers coming in, right? And everybody's jobs becomes obsolete with technology, and maybe it is like every other generation. So like our kids, they're going to be right in a sweet pocket, because by the time they're going to college and stuff like that, everything's going to be AI driven as far as degrees and routes. And I think the next generation, our kids, they're going to be secured. Like they're going to be totally locked into whatever it is they're learning throughout their life until they're retired. And it'll probably be their kids, our grandkids, that go through this shit again at some point in their lives. There will be another big, change.
Yeah.
But it seems like it's every other generation. So how are we going to make money? I feel like I mean, this is not financial advice, but I feel like if we can't beat them, join them. I feel like we better invest in all this fucking AI shit, like for long-term investments, because if we're not going to be able to hold on to our jobs in 10 years, maybe we can fucking cash out. I don't know, because
we won't even be able to do OnlyFans here in 10 years because it's all going to be AI.
Which is crazy. And then, you know what? And most people are just going to be like, I don't care. They're gonna be fine. They're gonna be fine. I mean, people jerk off to cartoons. Why not jerk off to AI?
Yeah.
It's just nobody. It's just, but what the problem with the AI thing is where the source material comes from. It's like, well, technically those are my tits, hey, and that's that guy's dick. It's like an amalgamation of stuff, and it's just where to the
There's no way they're going to be able to litigate everything.
I know it's just gonna be the Wild West, which in a weird way is kind of exciting. I mean, I don't like it. I think it's terrible. It's the deconstruction of fucking everything. But I guess I'm a sucker for chaos a little bit. It'll be funny that it's just kind of the Wild West, but it sucks because yeah, you're not gonna have you're not I don't know. There's gonna be nothing pure anymore.
Well, they're already talking about a lot of these news podcasts on YouTube and some of these other sites are going AI. So I mean, everything, there's no original content anymore for anything coming.
I mean, you guys have seen like it's insane. Like watch what everybody in your spare time Google that We Are the World Leaders video.
I'll watch that, yeah.
And you can see just how much better it's already gotten in the past year. And if they can do that, they'll be able to do AI podcasts. Like there's enough footage of me and Todd of doing these that we could literally just it could be like AI versions of us talking to you right now and you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
It's gonna get to that point.
Surprise.
And in fact, these AI versions look even better than the real people. Like they're smoothed out. They look really good looking. Like it's like, so we'll be like really, but eventually it'll be like the fucked up us's. It'll be like my fucking teeth. Actually, I don't like my AI teeth. Can you imagine? That's when
your AI teeth are terrible.
That's when you know it'll be AI us, when it's like you see my teeth and they're like fucking going 7 ways from Sunday. And then, yeah, we'll have to. But you know what? I think it's finally almost. Hasn't it finally gotten fingers down?
Yeah. It looks a lot better. Remember, we're coming from the Will Smith spaghetti video, like the first thing we saw.
Yeah. Well, and then when they had that other Will Smith video, I thought it still might have been. I thought it was just Will Smith trolling. It was the real Will Smith doing the video, like because everybody's like, "Oh, look how good it's gotten so fast." I'm like, I think that's really Will Smith.
That was him, wasn't it?
Yeah. So what's funny though is because I felt like it was too quick. Like, wow, that was quite a jump. But now you could really, now it really would look like Will Smith doing it.
Oh yeah,
it's nuts. So it just is what it is, man. I'm just along for the ride. I hope that I feel like we just got to find a way to embrace it and get ahead of it and make money off of it somehow, because it's here to stay.
And well, speaking of AI and tariffs and stuff, Hollywood's going to be dead now that with China, the whole China thing going on.
Second biggest market in the world.
Hollywood is done.
Is China the first or the second biggest?
I thought they were the first.
They might be the first biggest because their population, but they're huge. And Hollywood bends over to China with everything we do now. And yeah, I'm here for that. Like I said,
no, I'm fine. I'm fine with it.
I feel like everything that's going on, it's scary, but it's also natural selection. Like I said, I think it happens every other generation. Some big new thing comes along and kills off the dodo. And if in the case, the dodo is our fucking jobs that we work, these like tied to desk jobs, and Hollywood, whatever, man. Like it's scary, but it's kind of exciting to be able to have one foot planted in each. Like I thought it was exciting being my age, being able to say, hey, I grew up without the internet and I grew up in the internet.
Yeah, like, I like that too. Yeah.
Like we have both. Like we're not boomers to where we can't figure out the technology, because like I said, I didn't have, every people our age became savvy with the internet and had our own computers by the time we were, some people had them when they were like 14, 15, 16. I didn't have my own computer till I was 16, but I grew up my entire childhood without a computer.
Yeah, and a phone,
But, we knew friends that had a computer with dial-up or something. And oh man, the Wild West going to my friend's basement, the one I shit all over, and he would have his computer, and it blew my mind because I couldn't fathom computers, and I'd be in middle school and he had one, and he could play Doom on it. I was like, and like this little pop out window, and I remember he would like download pictures, and it would take forever, like Tupac's autopsy photo, shit like that.
Oh yeah.
It would like literally be all day. Like, okay, let's go ride our bikes. Let's go up to Casey's and get some pizza and come back. Still, okay, come back 2 hours later. Shit, it's only 10% done. All right. It's wild.
I remember. So
I too.
my mom was a teacher. I remember going to the school she was teaching at and taking my floppy disk and downloading pictures of like movie pictures and everything and porn, everything just to put it on this floppy disk. So when I get home, because I mean, you can still look at the photos when you got home,
Mhm.
but you didn't have the internet. So it's just one of those things. Like I had like all these pictures of like Dawn of the Dead, like screenshots and everything like that. And then I had
That was a
porn on
huge
there.
deal.
I had like porn on there too. So
Yeah, well, it was a big deal. I mean, I remember, so like I said, we had the internet, of course, in high school and stuff like that. My grandfather and my uncle, who was still living at home at the time, in the 90s, they had a computer. But he kept it in his bedroom, and he had a computer for a time when we actually lived with him. But like it was off limits to us. It was in his
mhm.
bedroom. We couldn't touch it. And I remember I just wanted to like, can I see it? Can I play a game? And he would have like shit like Mega Race on that bitch and just like, old school games. And it was just the forbidden fruit. And but my biggest connection to the internet was when I got to high school, and obviously we had the library. We can go to the library, and I would look up guitar tabs, and
Yep.
and you would yeah, I mean that's pretty much extent of it, but it was my portal. I would look at cool stuff. I'd go to like Metallica.com at
Hmm.
school, and yeah, just the idea that you could have like wallpaper and shit, like oh, like a Dawn of the Dead wallpaper or something. Like oh,
Yeah.
this is so cool. Oh my god, it's stuff we take for granted now. Like I don't have any wallpaper on my computer. I have like the stock Windows stuff, and it's
I do too.
because the Windows stuff is cool. It's like it changes all the time. You get a nice like you get the Colorado Rockies and stuff. It's nice and pleasant to look at. But I'm like, man, if this was 20 years ago, I would have like fucking Slayer on here, and I could put anything on my desktop and have it staring at me every day, and I don't.
So we got my mom and I at the time. This is probably like '94. We got invited to an internet class through one of the schools or whatever. So they're like handing out like flyers and stuff, like come check out the internet, that sort of thing. So we're
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, so we'll take a class on the internet, see what it's all about. Um, and of course, we were blown away. Like, what the hell is this? And the first website I ever surfed the web on was the Broken Arrow movie website. So that and it was cool. It was like interactive, dude. They used to have like old interactive like type of websites back in the day for movies and everything like that.
Uh-huh.
And man, I thought it was like the coolest thing ever. If I go back in the Wayback Machine, I'm sure that's too early of the internet, but I'd love to see that again because you're like in the cockpit and stuff like that, and it's cheesy, dude. But it's like a kind of a game, but they just talk to you about the film and everything like that. So
Now, I don't know. I think it's true. I guess it could be like an Al Gore situation where he's like, I invented the internet. But do you know what artist had the very first website and
no,
very first fan chat room? Like chat rooms before they had like Reddit
AOL,
and stuff. Well, just like actual chat, like dedicated chat rooms. Well, those were around for a long time, the
yeah.
dedicated boards and stuff. But I think those are finally did. But you know take a guess. Who had the very first?
Oh God, what in the '90s?
Mm-hmm. Like they beat everybody. Like they beat everybody by quite a while, and they were like very groundbreaking.
I don't know, Michael Jackson.
Megadeth,
Oh, really? Okay.
Euthanasia, 1994.
Wow. Okay.
They launched their website with the Euthanasia album in the
Hmm.
press, and it was all you can go back in the Wayback Machine, and they actually celebrated it with the anniversary of Euthanasia last year.
Yeah.
And Dave did a write up, Mustaine, about how like they were the first, whatever, and they redid their website for a whole day, just as it was in 1994.
That's
and
awesome, dude.
and the babies hanging and all that stuff. And it's like, wow, 94.
Yeah.
That's early. That's really early.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah. And Dave Mustaine has been vocal for years saying, yeah, we were way ahead of it, and we embraced it. And we had a chat room. We can go on Megadeth.com. And he would talk. And I remember watching a video of him on tour, and this is how primitive and new it was because he's interviewing some radio at a show, at a concert on like the Cryptic Writings tour, not the Cryptic Writings tour. Maybe it was Cryptic Writings tour, maybe it was Euthanasia. But they're talking to him, and he was talking. He's like, "Yeah, we got the Megadeth chat. You can go on Megadeth.com." You know, it's like everybody had to say .com. They would
www.megadeth.com.
say the
Yeah.
whole thing, yeah, like
Yeah.
www.megadeth.com. And what's up, Silhouette? And he would say, yeah, he's like, I met a guy today. It's this guy I've been talking to for a while. His name's like fucking, fucking fart noise 76. Like, this is how like small of a community it was. He actually knew the people that were in the community. He's like, oh yeah, I talked to fart noise 76 in the chat room all the time. I met him here at the show. Like, it was, you know what I mean? It was so
Yeah.
thin that everybody knew everybody basically, because not that many people were online. It's nuts. Now it's like, oh, you're Riverman. I know you from. No, fuck that. Nobody knows. But it was wild to hear him talk about it in that context, and you can
Yeah.
watch it now. Like, that's fucking wild. Like, oh yeah, oh, you're Fart Knocker 572. Oh, how you doing, bro? Like, it's just crazy. But they were way ahead of it, and it's nuts to think that Megadeth, because I feel like Megadeth's an old band. You feel like they are, but technically they've been online longer than they've not been online, because they were let's see, when do they come out?
Dave's a pretty smart businessman. I mean, you got to give him credit, man.
But I'm saying they were around not 10 years before they went online. They've been online 31 years. That's not.
Yeah.
Now everybody followed by I don't know, fucking 98. I'd say everybody had a website, but they were ahead of it, man. And I used to love that stuff. I used to love going to whatever class where I had access to a computer, and I'd go to, like I said, I'd check up on my bands. I'd check up Metallica.com, and you'd get like a QuickTime file of like a snippet of a new song. It was like a QuickTime file. Look, remember the QuickTime videos, dude? Like this little big box. And those embedded QuickTime. This is pre-YouTube. Everybody had to do QuickTime players, which YouTube changed the game. Now it's like we have these YouTube embeds everywhere, and I hate it when people have their own proprietary players. I fucking hate it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I'm tired of it. It's so terrible. Just adapt. That's why I don't like Patreon. Like they have their own, like, I don't know, but it was cool. It was really neat. Really, really the Wild Wild West. How's everybody doing today, man? Sorry, we kind of got off to a
that was fun, man.
Yeah. How's Zakito doing? How's Silhouette doing? How you doing? The thumbnail is referring to I was asking Todd if he's watched anything lately. He's like, "Oh, I've been watching his Love After Lockup." So that's like his new crack. Tell us about it. I've heard about Love After Lockup. I've never watched it. What station is it even on? And why is it something you and your wife watch? I bet.
So this is on the Cock. So we were
the Cock,
Peacock.
Oh,
so we like reality shows. We used to watch them all the time, and then it's the thing we kind of bond over. Like, so we
90 Day Fiance stuff, like trash TV is
90 Day Fiance. We love our favorite show is Below Deck. And then we kind of just, hey, Denise, what's going on? We kind of stumbled on this reality show called Love After Lockup, which Denise, if you're into reality shows, watch it. It's freaking hysterical. It's basically people meeting. They have like an internet, website for inmates. So they and they also create pen pals, and they end up like falling in love. And then like years later, they end up meeting up. So there's one of the guys was locked up for like 20 years, 30 years. This girl met him on there, and she's a Mormon, and he's a convicted felon with robbery charges and everything like that. And he has to explain, or she has to explain to her Mormon friends, that she is going to be engaged to a felon, and
Bubba from the block.
Yeah, it's trash reality TV, and and these people are pretty legit, dude. They're like, they're not pretty people at all. So they're like,
it's entertaining. Yeah,
it's entertaining. Yeah. So you can kind of see what's going to happen, and you can see the fighting. You're like, oh god, they've been out for like 2 hours. This ain't gonna last, and it's ridiculous. The fighting's funny. The friends are funny.
If you get into a fight though, like that, the motherfucker from jail is bound to fucking strangle you.
Exactly. Yeah. And then my wife and I are always doing hypotheticals of like leaving the other one, or I don't know, just a bunch of crazy shit. But it's just such a weird concept because you really shouldn't be getting into relationships. I'm guessing that's what I hear after like you've had a jail stint like that. It's like you kind of need to figure shit out on your own for a little bit. You
Yeah,
shouldn't be
to figure
jumping.
out to figure out if you like the bussy or not, or if that was just a gay for the stay situation, you know?
Yeah, so you should probably just, I don't know, kind of get back to life and not have to get nagged
Yeah,
by a woman or a guy for about 6 months. I mean, you can go back on drugs, all that shit. So it's just crazy, man.
it's true, but I can see how the thought of that would be alluring though, because when you know you're going to get out of prison, yeah, you got your freedom,
You ever
but you
set up?
have nothing. You have
Yeah,
nothing. Yeah. And it's an automatic setup. Like, oh man, I have someone that's going to take me into their home. I can maybe
hmm
bypass the halfway house. And just yeah, I've got a meal ticket, right? It's just yeah, I could see it. I could see. I didn't know. I never heard of this app, but it makes sense that there would be one. But it sounds brilliant. So it's just an app where you go to knowingly trying to
hmm
hook up, knowing these are inmates, because people like inmates, dude. Like
yeah,
there's some weird freaks out there that just want to get with inmates. They want to get with serial killers.
hmm
People are, they write Charlie Manson got married from prison, right?
yep.
They'll have conjugal visits and stuff from the people they meet on. I'm kind of shocked that they allow. So these people that are allowed access on these sort of apps, they can't be the maximum security. They can't like be they have a lot of freedoms these days, but you can't be the worst of the worst if they're letting you
No, you can't.
twice
I
a
don't think
week.
you'd be murderers, but like, I mean, everything other than murders, rapists, I'm guessing, is fair game. I mean, I'm sure you get some sort of privileges when it comes to that stuff, but
None of this stuff is like lame. It's not none of it's lame white collar crime, is it? It's all state
pretty
penitentiary.
much, yeah, yeah.
Because the white
Um,
collar crime people, those people probably have money on the outside. They're not real criminals. They just cheated the government. Sorry, that's
oh,
all right.
absolutely. I'm sure they have plenty of opportunities outside of prison.
Oh, I hope so. Yeah, Silhouette saying no PDF files. I hope. Well,
No, not.
that's
I'm only on season one though, so
I. You would have to be scared of that if you were, let's say, like a single mom and you had kids. You don't know. I know a lot of shit's public record, but I hope they're not dense. I hope these people are googling people and like, what did he really do? You know, right? Oh,
uh,
he's in there for what offenses? Oh, but he said he get all those people that are offenders. By the way, they all have a story. They all have a
yeah.
story that's self-serving their side of it. Like, she told me she was this age. I was duped. Oh, ha, ha, ha. And I've watched people believe that. Just like, okay, yeah, you're right. Be gullible, and it's bullshit.
Well, one of the stories, so they were dating for 4 years. The guy's been in prison for 7 years. He gets out. She has a house. She buys a house and to move him in because he doesn't have anywhere to live. And then, of course, that they have sex like the first night, and they do it in the shower, and then he lasts like 2 minutes, dude. And she's like, he didn't last very long. And then like 2 episodes later, they're like at each other's throats, dude. It's hysterical.
Yeah, well, I have a question. Did they not meet each other beforehand, have conjugal visits and stuff like that?
No, they had visits, but they couldn't have conjugal visits, so they can like
Uh,
kiss on the mouth. They couldn't use tongue and anything like that. But they couldn't
so
like have.
guards watching you, like, it's like, oh,
I don't know. I've
so
never been to prison, but
give it
I don't
time.
know. I found it interesting, man. It
No,
just it's trash TV. It's fun, dude.
that is interesting. I bet she's probably like all that buildup for nothing. That was not like 2 minutes because of 2 minutes. But
Yeah, she'll be like, "Oh, there'll be better times, you know. It's just the first time." And yeah, I don't know. It's hysterical, dude. Yeah, you and your wife would love to watch it. I'm sure.
my mom, what'd she expect? Uh, Jail sucks. Have you spent night in the hold, Zakito? You don't have to answer that. You don't. Sorry, shouldn't even ask that. But murderers, I get because sometimes they are put in that situation. Rapists and PDFs don't deserve love or forgiveness.
Oh, I agree.
Murderers. I guess it depends on the kind of murderer, but it sounds like you're describing people that do self-defense because sometimes they're put in that situation. If they're put in a
Yeah.
situation where they have to kill somebody, that sounds like self-defense, Silhouette. So that wouldn't be murder. 3 months total, all the rest. Okay, so you got thrown in a few drunk tanks.
All right.
3 months. That's yeah.
That's shitty.
But hey, cool. Let's see, cool dudes and betting pounders. I don't know. I don't want to know what a betting pounder is, my friend. It doesn't sound fun.
Did you ever watch that show, that lockup show from the Las Vegas, like drunk tanks and shit? And
Mm-mm.
that was great too. If anybody's seen that, it's all the crazy people that are locked up in Las Vegas, and I can't remember what that was on, but that's a lot of fun too. I don't know why I like these shows, but it's just like it's good time wasters because I watch Pawn Stars all the time on YouTube now.
But I get enough of that bird's eye into the drunk tank stuff because when I watch the body cam footage, and they always take them to the drunk tanks and take them to the local. And another thing too, like that's all just brain rot stuff. Don't, like I said, your algorithm will be screwed if you so much as watch this stuff for an evening. You're gonna be fed this stuff for a month until you like wash it out with bullshit. But another thing too, I made the mistake of looking up Texas street fights. There's a channel that he just happens to be in the right place at the right time all the time, catches all these like Texas street fights. You could tell he's a bit of an instigator. Like you have to be starting these.
Yeah.
At bars and shit, like in the street and whatever, and he's just getting all this great footage. These people fucking smashing beer bottles and body slam people on the
You let him talk to you like that?
yeah. It's so funny. But yeah, and then of course the one I don't like to have in my algorithms at all is the PDF file hunter videos.
Oh no.
Those are a little, you watch them, you're like, holy shit, you get into it a little bit, but it's just so negative. Like I can't. Yeah, the attraction is, oh wow, I want to see these punks go down. You want to see them get theirs, but like, dude, after watching too much of that, it just becomes too real. Like, God, these people are everywhere, and it's like I can't think about this because then it's like, God, these people are at the Target down the street. They're at the Walmart. I'm like, because yeah, so you got to get out. But there's that one going around. I think did they call him Dr. Pepper? The meme is the alley oop. The alley oop punch or the alley oop slap. What do they call them? It's these guys.
Yeah. Okay.
It's these guys that do the same thing where they entrap a predator and they meet him at a grocery store or a Walmart or whatever. The only difference is they don't put them on blast and turn them into the cops. No, they put them on blast and beat the shit out of them. They assault them. And it's weird because when I watch those, I feel real bad because it's just hard to watch. You kind of forget for a second that these people are what they came to do. Then you're kind of reminded like, well, I guess they have it coming. But for a second when you're watching it, you're just watching these big guys beat the shit out of these somewhat, random type guys. And they're not going to fight back because they're humiliated. They're just trying they're just trying to keep their head down and get out of the store and not make a big scene. And they're just beating the shit and they're just taking it. And then there's the alley oop, the viral alley oop thing where one big guy picks him up while he's in midair, and the other guy punches him while he's in midair. Like, and they're just beating the shit out of these people. And like I said,
yeah, I can't watch that. I like the Chris Hansen, like the jokes and stuff like that, and but yeah, that whole like let's beat the fuck
you can't.
I think they deserve it, absolutely deserve it. But it's like
hard to watch because it's just people getting the shit kicked. It's vigilante justice.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. But a place like X has it's a breeding ground for it because X is the Wild West. Because this shit would not be allowed I think it's just on X. I think that's this particular channel,
which is why I like it. Yeah.
I can't
crazy.
be on X. I appreciate it, but I can't be on X. X is the fucking dirt, dude. That's down in it. And the algorithm is at least on YouTube. Look, if I get fed nothing but body cam drunk car crash videos, that's my fault because I was looking at a few. But X, I get fed shit that I don't know why I'm getting fed it, and it's just a cesspool.
Oh, I agree. I mean, I get videos of people unaliving themselves, like with a firearm.
Dude, that's why I just don't dwell on it.
Yeah, that stuff I don't like, but
I can't dwell on it. And I just this fucking you get videos of these guys. You might be out of context of a bunch of guys in a fucking grocery store just beating the shit out of a guy, fucking taking it. Which, like I said, He obviously has it coming one way or another, but it's just really hard to watch people get beat and abused, and um, I don't know. But yeah, I think
Okay,
the
but
guy.
what you
I think
should
the
be
guy
watching.
actually got you always, sorry. You always think like, why is these guys getting away? How come they're not getting arrested? I read that he is facing. He has been arrested, and I think it's the Dr. Pepper guy. I think he is like going to court. It's like, God, dude, you can't just. You're literally videotaping yourself.
Yeah.
You're incriminating yourself, assaulting somebody. Which I guess the balls in that guy. That's kind of respectable. It's like, hey, I'm fucking literally incriminating myself to beat up a PDF file. I guess respect. He's just fucking doing it. But anyway,
What people should be watching though, if they're on X or some of these other things, is cart narcs. Do you ever watch the cart narcs?
no, what is that?
It's
Oh yeah, the shopping cart.
the
Right?
shopping cart. It's so funny, dude. I sit there and watch that for hours, man.
Run people by the cart narc. Yeah, how it goes.
Okay, so the cart narc is, they're going to Walmart, and then you got some douchebag that leaves his cart out there and doesn't put it in the cart corral. And then you have Sebastian with the wand coming up. It's like, he's like, what are you doing? He's like, put your cart away. And then they try to drive off, and then he throws a magnet on their car. And then they freak the fuck out on him just because he throws a magnet on their car. And it's hysterical, man. So he's a cart narc. He wants people to, put their carts away. He's like, he calls them out. He embarrasses them. He has them on video. And
But
you can sit there and watch that for hours. Denise, if you're in here, watch the cart narcs. It's great.
it's hilarious. It's funny because I don't condone it, but sometimes I'll watch that stuff because look, it's totally legal to film in a public place,
Yeah.
right? But it's there's a line there. But are you a prick for doing? Look, target PDF files. That's fair game. People, people that don't put their card away. Fuck them. But do they deserve to get put on blast and fucking on the internet? No. Come on, guys. Like that's ridiculous. But you could argue, and I
You
know
know
this
what?
because I watched those body cam videos. You could argue that Target parking lots or whatever is not public, right? They're not because they're property of Target. Because like I know this because they'll always go into when there's like an issue with somebody, they're trying to apprehend somebody that's on the premises, they'll always go into like the Walmart or the Target and be like, hey, this person, we found them doing this in your parking lot. They were soliciting in this or doing this. Do you want to press trespassing charges? They'll go, yes. I'm like, all right. So I would feel like I think you could only do that shit at like a public park that's like tax paid, but no one's leaving a cart behind at a public park. It's only at a Walmart. So I don't know. People are getting away. Look,
I don't know. I'm all for it. I'm all for the cart narcs. Like I'm 100% for it. If you leave your cart out, I think you are scum. Honestly,
no, I
you're
think it's
fucking
terrible.
you're lazy bones. Like Sebastian says, you're lazy bones.
sovereign citizens, right, Aaron? I watch those videos too in the body cam, right? They pull over the sovereign citizens. They like show me your life. I don't have to. These people that fucking and those are hilarious. Like those guys that just drive the cops crazy. Like these fucking assholes, dude. Fuck sovereign citizens, dude. Seriously, they're fucking crazy, man. But yeah, no, I mean the cart one is harmless enough. But I just feel it's an asshole move to not like blur out their face just because you think it's legal. I think there's like a middle ground there, but like I said, I don't think it is. I don't think it's a public space in on those parking lots.
It's an asshole move, but I mean, it's an asshole move not putting your damn cart away. Damage somebody else's car. I used to work in a grocery store, so I totally get where he's coming from.
I think it's an asshole move 100%, but I think it's just the crime doesn't fit the punishment.
Because you had your car destroyed by a cart.
Not destroyed.
Dented.
Yeah, a fucking monsoon storm picked up an entire cart corral, but it had nothing to do with the people not returning their carts. That was Mother Nature ripping it from the ground and throwing it whole corral.
That's a pain in the ass, dude.
But one time, that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Like literally, it's the storm. But there is one time that is applicable. When I was at a Walmart, this is years ago. This is probably 12 years ago. Back in Missouri, I remember I was walking out to my car. I could see my car. I was like approaching it. I was about 40 paces away from it, And then the person that had parked like next to me, I could see them. They were getting in their car. They unloaded their car, and I watched them push away their car and let my car stop it.
Oh
They
yeah.
pushed their car on my car to stop it. And then I was like, whoa, what the fuck? And they drove off. And I'm like, it's what? Like, just because it's not a fucking brand new car, people, if you don't drive a brand new car, they'll treat you like shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I fucking hate it, man. You know what? You know what else I hate? I hate those assholes with the fancy trucks that double park. Fuck
Oh
you.
God. Yeah.
The
That's
worst.
ridiculous.
Just
Yeah.
park in the back.
Yeah.
No one's gonna park next to you. Just park far away. I do that. If I have a
Every truck has the back end, dude, which drives me nuts because they just stop and you have to reverse and they back in.
It's
just
the worst. It's the worst. It's like, God, I think if you have a car that big too, if you have a big truck, just park in the fucking back too.
Yeah.
Like, why are you parking at the front of the damn store? You've forfeited your rights to park close to the entrance. I park far away.
Yes.
I love to park far away.
I do too.
I'll walk half a mile to an entrance.
I get yelled at all the time by the wife too.
Yeah, mine too. She likes to park. I know, but I'm like, what? You can't walk. It's like, really, it seems like an inconvenience, but it's literally like what, 50 steps.
You get your steps in. Yeah,
like,
you'll get your car dinged. Absolutely.
Is it really? No. Yeah, I park far away, and if you have a big ass truck that you love to death, you don't have to double park and take up 3 spaces. Just park far enough away. You know.
Yeah.
I hate it, dude. Those people, I'd be scared to do that because I'd be a mark. Because I know I have intrusive thoughts about doing things in those cars. You know.
Well, that's all that people drive here is SUVs and trucks. So it's kind of
Can you imagine if like parking is a commodity and it's hard to find a good spot and you see those assholes that are taking up 2 or 3, you want to fucking key them.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? If you're having you're having the wrong day. Remember Fried Green Tomatoes, where Kathy Bates runs into that young girl's car in the parking lot. You ever seen that movie?
I've seen it years and years. I used to watch it all the time back in the 90s. I haven't seen
my
it
mom. If my mom's still watching, she was obsessed asking to get keyed. Yeah,
that's right.
My mom loved Fried Green Tomatoes. We used to watch that damn movie all the time, and I don't care to watch it ever again in my life. But remember when Kathy Bates, there was that one young chick. I don't know if she's like a teenager. She called her a fat cow at the grocery store. Fat cow. And then she went in her car, and then she just backed into her car and ran over, and rammed it a couple times. And then she went, "I may be old and fat, but I got better insurance." And she drove off. She drove off like rolling.
I used to have a crush on the blonde. Well, who's the blonde?
The
young blonde.
Is it Mary McCormick? No, it's not Mary McCormick.
I don't know.
What are you talking, buddy? The little girl?
No, she was blonde. Like yeah. I used to watch it back in the 90s.
Yeah, she grew up, and there was the girl that screamed.
Mary Stuart Masterson, that one, I think. Is that her? Yeah.
Anyway, hey guys, to change really quick. I want to shift topics, but I have to say something real quick. Todd was talking about reality TV, Love After Lockup, all that stuff. So this is why I believe you will have AI fucking reality shows and people won't care, because people have already been conditioned for 30 years to not care that reality is staged. It's fake, right? It's not even it's fake. All of it is staged. Mm-hmm. Even Love After Lockup, even if it's got based in some reality, they do different takes. They tell them to say this, act surprised, we're going to come in through here. It's fake. And
they're all getting paid. Yeah.
And people believe, and people don't care. So I think if you make content that's interesting enough for people to watch, they're not going to care that everything is AI. The people are AI. Everything is just, why would they? Yeah, my mom is saying, yeah, Mary Stuart Masterson.
Yeah.
Is she related to Danny Masterson?
Idgie. They're good.
Here's what I was going to say. So speaking of tariffs, I wanted to buy the Brood 4K from Second
You did get that. Okay.
Yeah, I did get it because we got the notice from Orbit and all those boutique websites we buy from that because of the tariffs, that they were going to start charging 10% more on everything, but they weren't. But they said we're not going to charge for stuff we have in stock right now. Like we have copies of The Brood, and there was another title. But as soon as we run out, we have to order more. Yeah, Scanners. We're going to have to start tacking on. I think they said, at least with Orbit, it might have been Diabolic as well, that if you pre-order, we'll eat 5%. We'll eat it. But if you don't pre-order, you're getting past the whole 10%. But everything in stock right now. So I went ahead and I'm like, well, fuck, man, because these things are expensive anyway, right? Physical media's, it's just going to be so expensive. It's already expensive. But so it's like the thought of having to pay fucking $8 more for this. No, fuck that. So I went ahead and I bought it. It gave me a little bit of FOMO. I do have the Criterion Blu-ray, but I recently saw this just this past year, and I loved it, man.
It's great, man.
It was so creepy, man. I don't think there's anything creepier than those kids.
I know, I agree, and I'm not a kid horror fan. Like they don't usually creep me out, but we should do a commentary on that sometime, man. That'd be good to talk about.
You think it's I mean, it's not a very long movie. It's like 92 minutes, it says here. And obviously David Cronenberg. I don't know. You think it'd be a good commentary film? It's creepier.
I'd like to talk about it again. I want to rewatch it. I saw it like a year ago and I loved it. So
yeah. Anyway, that I wish we could have Mac on for something like Mac's probably never seen this, but he loves creepy kids. Mac's obsessed with dolls. Dolls. He loves creepy kids. All that stuff gives him the heebie-jeebies. He said he has nightmares. So cool. I told him a ghost story about the black-eyed children and the little like creepy kids. He's like, man, I had nightmares for fucking a week after you told me that story. Ooh, the kids.
I wish I had nightmares.
You don't have any feeling anymore.
No.
What do we have here? The turfs are gone, unless it's China now. Just letting you know. Yeah, I watched the news, dude.
China.
There's the 90-day fucking hold, right? I get it, but I bought this fucking a week ago. Trump got me. I didn't want to risk it. But yeah, no, I'm on top of it, man. Don't worry about it. But yeah, 90-day hold, which I know everybody's like, all the people that hate the people in office, let's just say, are like insider trading, because it was a fucking move. It was fucking like, damn, dude, like, because they crashed.
Well, it's not really insider trading if you're telling people to buy.
No, well, and
he told people to buy stock.
It would have been insider trading if Trump called up fucking Charles Schwab and all these guys on the phone and said, "Hey, I'm about to put a hold in because of this. Go ahead and fucking that would have been insider trading." Yeah. But him acting out how he's going to act out is fair game. But dude, I mean, the rich got richer over the last week. That's for damn sure. I wish I could.
No, I totally think it's the opposite. Actually, the rich lost a lot of money, and then I think a lot of poor people bought the dip, which is nice.
You're on crack, dude. Well, a lot of people lost money and they got it back. No, the rich people, the fucking hedge funds, are you crazy? Dude, they might have lost a shit ton of money during that and they're probably freaking out, but they're also buying dips, dude.
I'm sure they are buying dips.
Reserves.
But
so all their money came back and then they probably made a gangbusters.
A lot of little men bought dips, man. A lot of little men bought dips.
We didn't have enough time to buy it. I thought about it. I was like, fuck, man.
I'm an ant compared to some of the. I'm not a little man.
Well, yeah, I'm a tiny man too, but
yeah,
it was tempting. The thing is, I had to pay taxes, which is insane.
I too.
That's why I did it. I'm like selling a bunch of shit right now to get ready for the kid, and it was tempting to take the few grand and stuff I've saved up so far from these sales and be like, man, just fucking, I could double it. But I didn't know if it was. I didn't know it was going to take. God, I didn't know if I. That's always a story. Hindsight's 2020. Like, if I knew it was going to be like a fucking swing trade, it was going to be like literally less than a week, and I was going to triple my fucking money. Of course, I would have done it. But now I'm like, damn it. But it is what it is.
It reminds me, I just sold something today for $50 to some dude in Australia. So I keep getting these. So now eBay's doing something where you can basically ship it to like some sort of center or whatever.
They do it. They take care of all of it, and they take care of the returns too.
Awesome. It's freaking awesome, dude.
So someone from Australia or whatever bought your thing, you're sending it to Chicago or something.
Yeah. Chicago.
Yeah, I sold something to somebody in Brazil a couple days ago.
Mm-hmm.
They'll take care. They'll facilitate the return and everything. and eBay, they take eBay, and you know what they say, and they take too much money. They do. I fucking pay 20% out of everything I fucking sell. It's
They
ridiculous.
do, but I mean, it's
But,
trusted, and you're good.
but they do take haircuts on handling all the foreign returns
Mm.
because they're not charged. You know, like I said, we're responsible for the domestic part of it. So it is what it is. But yeah, I've done that, and yeah, that's been around for a while. Silhouette says, by the way, China won't allow U.S. films now, so I'm worried about James Gunn's Superman bombing. Well, that makes one of you.
Yeah,
I don't care. I
don't
want
give a
all
shit
these.
about Superman.
If people like these movies, that's great, but I kind of want them all to bomb low key, so they just stop. They take a hint. The thing is we've had a lot of bombs lately, which is great, but then we have like one sneaks in as a hit again, like fuck, and it just they need to just go away.
Well, the only good Superman movie is Superman 4: The Quest for Peace. Everybody knows that.
And we were talking about this China thing earlier, Silhouette, but dude, good riddance. I hope China and America and Hollywood are totally cut off, and I hope Hollywood bleeds out.
Yeah.
Right? Because obviously we're like fucking symbiotic with their market, and it's ridiculous because they're like what, the biggest market in the world with movies, and forget about them. Let it all burn.
He mentions Minecraft. My wife and kids went to go see Minecraft. The kids liked it, and my wife.
I mean, it's for kids. I mean,
yeah,
they would.
Yeah,
but yeah.
I was doing taxes, and they went to go see that. So
the wife
asked
me. The wife asked me. She's like, "I want to go see Minecraft." I'm like,
"She did."
Yeah, I'm like, we don't have a kid yet. I am not going to see this shit without a kid.
You'll see plenty. You'll see plenty.
No, but the fact that she wanted to go see it, I just looked at her, and this is all she said. She said that, I turned around, and I just went, I am Steve. I'm not watching that. That's what I told her. I'm not watching that bullshit. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of Jack Black. I'm tired of these movies that look just like you know what this movie looks like? It looks like Jumanji.
Yeah.
It's like these movies that are all on green screens. And so it's got Jack Black in it too. Why not just throw Kevin Hart in this one as well? Oh, we couldn't get The Rock for this one? We'll do Jason Momoa. That'll do. I'm just so tired of these. I'm tired of the guard of actors we have now. They're fucking dumb. I hate them. Do we have any good leading people? Do we have any good who are the leading men and women?
We have what's the vampire? What's his face?
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. But I mean,
he's showing his age now.
He is.
He's now showing his age now. He's like the last guy. Well, as an FX artist, I hope it doesn't completely.
Yeah, sorry, Sean. No,
what I mean is we need a reset, man. It's a cesspool.
Yeah.
We need a whole new way of doing things. We need the indie scene to thrive. Even if they want to hit the reset button and somebody else creates a new quote unquote mecca Hollywood,
the indie scene has got to boom, man.
Look, everything's destined to repeat itself. California could break off into the ocean tomorrow. Hollywood could be no more, and then these indie scenes will thrive, and then a new epicenter for the stuff will rise up, and it'll be like a new Hollywood, and it'll start out well enough, but give it fucking 30, 40 years, and it'll become the same thing. Power-hungry people, casting couches, abusing their authority. It'll turn into the same bullshit. But we need a new start, man. I hate it. I hate it. Dude, Hollywood.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, dude, I as an FX artist, which I didn't know, you dabble. I guess I'm not surprised by that. I see all your picks and stuff. Yeah, that's cool, man. I hope guys like you guys should be getting work, and you guys aren't the problem, of course. You know, I think the crew's never the problem, man. It's the people with the money, and I got to go to a mixer tomorrow here in Phoenix.
Oh, okay.
I'm not looking forward to it, but it's a necessary evil.
Film I'd love to see you at a mixer.
God, dude. Yeah, you schmooze, dude. Walk up with wine, like, oh, hello, and tell. You know what the problem is I'm really hoping this one is supposed to be a big one, and there should be a mix of talent and crew and production. I want to talk. I love talking to people like you, Sean. I like talking to crew, FX. I want to talk to
absolutely
creatives,
the interesting people.
I get stuck, dude. I have been stuck at these things where it was all actors.
Yeah.
and I want to fucking rip my eyes out.
Yeah.
It's not that actors aren't people and they're not great people. Like, when I've worked with actors, when you work with them one-on-one and you're on a set with some crew people, then it's balanced and it's cool. But you put me in a one fucking location with like 500 actors that are all just trying to get you to follow their socials and they fucking fuck
Ugh.
off to the next guy. It's
Yeah.
gross, dude, because and I understand it's a mixer, man. You're supposed to talk about yourself, but these guys will come at you. They will talk about themselves ad nauseum. They won't bother asking you about shit about you. And this is how it went. This is how it'll go the whole night. They'll come up to you and be like, oh, hi. They'll try and be nice to you and gab you up because they don't know who you are. Maybe you'll end up working for them. Then, oh, maybe this guy will give me a job someday, right? That's that. They're all, they're doing that. They don't know. And they gab about themselves because they're treating everything like an audition, and then they'll hand you over their phone, be like, yeah, follow my socials, and be like, okay, and they'll be like, okay, bye, and they'll be off, and they literally just do that. They make the round, and I get it, that's networking, but it just makes you feel gross, frankly.
No, I totally get it, man. It drives me nuts.
Yeah,
honestly.
it's just yeah, I can't imagine being in Hollywood too long. Y'all crap on Superman, but Minecraft looks like shit. I crapped on Minecraft too. Did you not hear me just saying that?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
want to
dude. Minecraft looks terrible, dude.
Like I said, rather do taxes.
And I'm not saying Superman is shit. It's just they need to give it a rest. Like if we didn't have a superhero movie for fucking 15 years, then I might be interested in a Superman movie that came out. You never know.
Yeah.
But they'll never let me find out. They'll never let me find out. Yeah, too old to do anything else in my life but make art. I'm the same, man. And it sucks because, refer back to the original conversation about the AI stuff, and it's going to put a lot of us out of work in the next 10 years. And we're at the age where we're not going to be at retirement level yet. And we're not going to know what to do because our skills might not transfer over. But hopefully, as far as the world of filmmaking, it will become a thing where it'll almost be a marquee or a boutique thing, rather, like a selling point. Like, oh, this movie was made completely organic, no AI. There's probably always going to be, hopefully there'll always be some sort of market for that. But is it really going to be a sustainable market where people can really make livings off of it? I don't know.
Probably not. I mean, it's the same thing we're doing right now. It's like we're just doing it for fun at this point. It's like,
And eventually people got to cut the cord sometimes when they got to put bread on the table. You have all these people that,
yeah,
the music industry takes their casualties, and you got people that had record deals that are touring the fucking country and the world, and they have to call it quits because it's like, look, this isn't worth never being home because I have kids now and I'm never home with them, and I can't even afford a lifestyle for them doing this. So they all quit and they become fucking postmen or something.
which I don't blame them because I would do the same thing. I'd rather be with my kids than fucking on the road for 300 days a year.
On the road for a while, you better be getting paid. It'd be different if like you're making the money, but when where's the upside to it?
Yeah.
And films I've watched, I don't know, man. Like I've seen a lot of people that made films that never want to do it again because it's just so what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, demanding, but it just takes so much from you, and it doesn't give enough back. And it's like, look, there's no money in this, and it's not worth the stress. And I hate that. I get a little depressed when I see people like that, but it is what it is, man. There's just so much bullshit out there. It's hard to really get noticed, and it's especially hard for any cream to rise to the top when, like any industry, it's all about who you know. It's nepotism. It's just a bunch of gatekeepers, man. It's really, really, I could see how it could just run people down. But that's why you should just do it for you. And if you're in a place where you can do it and not bank on it, I mean, maybe you'll hit a wall with that because eventually time is money. But just do it because you're passionate about it for as long as you can. But I think we got to try, and there's ways to make money. And there's always somebody that thinks of a new innovative way to make money and monetize something first, and everybody else is just late to the party. But it's like when YouTube came out, we all wish we could have been the AVGN in 2004.
Oh yeah.
you know, because it was a small pond. If anybody was making any kind of like creative narrative content like the AVGN in 2004, you knew about them
Hmm.
because there wasn't that many of them and it was just a new platform. You know, those people got grandfathered in, but they were thinking about it first. And, you know, somebody's going to find out a way to make a lot of money with the AI thing. And I feel like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Uh, I usually work at Jim Henson's. Just saw the teaser for Five Nights at Freddy's 2, built out of all the mechanic skeletons. That's cool, man.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh, so you work at Jim Henson's studio. So, yeah, that's real neat, dude. I would love to see. I've seen you post stuff on your socials, but I'd like to check out some of the work you've done, like for film and whatnot. That's really, really cool. I love effects people, man. They blow me away. And they just to watch them what they can come up with in a shooting day is nuts too. And like I know the girl that I worked with who gets around out here in the valley, she's awesome, man. It's cool to be like, hey, this is what we're looking for. Can you do this? And they're like, all right, I'm on it. And they just fucking do it. And you let them be, and you
That's
come back,
crazy, man.
and like they'll have their own space or whatever while you're filming, you know, A, B, and C. And you come back, and this actor's ready, and they've done this, and they've done this. Like it's crazy, you know.
Yeah, that's
So
neat, dude. Yeah.
I remember Todd wanted to do that for a
Hmm.
minute, for a spell. When I met Todd back in school back in the day, he's like, I want to go to Tom Savini's. You know, that was your thing. You wanted to go to Tom Savini's school in
I
Pennsylvania.
try to get my mom to, yeah, fork over money for it, but it didn't end up happening.
That's, I mean, I get it. You know, money's money, but that's too bad she couldn't have made that work, man. Because
Yep.
I would love to be in a situation where, like, if my kid is interested in something, to fork over the money, to be like, you know, to nurture the ideas, to nurture the passions.
And this was like 2003. Like I kept showing her like the Fango magazines, like, hey, check this out.
She's like, I want to
Like,
do this. She's like,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, like the fucking zombie with the worms coming out of the eye. She's like, no, you don't. You know, and I'm not saying your mom was like this, but you know, a lot of people were, a lot of people's parents and grandparents back in the day that were a little old fashioned. That, you know, get a haircut, hippie. Like you're playing that rock and roll music. Nobody wanted to nurture anything because, like, yeah, I could see my grandfather. If this is back in my mom's day and my grandfather
Yeah.
and my mom or dad brought their parents, like, I want to do this stuff, and they showed like the Fulci zombie and stuff, they probably would have, you know, bleached their eyes, you know, gave them like 50 lashings with a fucking
Yeah.
twig from the cherry tree. And yeah, so I don't know, but it is scary though because you never know what like kids are gonna fall out of favor with. Like, I'm not into it anymore. Like, oh, I spent $5,000 on this.
You know what? I'm 40 now, and I'm still talking about this stupid shit. So yeah.
But you know what? But I think if you're, you know, an astute enough parent, you're gonna know like, okay, they're really into this. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's
yeah.
not just a flavor of the week. So if you were walking around collecting fangos and you were clearly watching these movies all the time, I
Yeah.
would hope I would be able to have the foresight to be like, okay, this guy really likes this stuff. Maybe
Mhm.
it won't work out, but I know he loves it. So let's give it a go. So
It was expensive though, man. It
oh, I
was,
bet. I
yeah.
bet. Do you remember how much it was? What was tuition?
I don't remember, dude. It was back
It's
in
not like
'03. It was
what's it like
still,
what is it like a it's not like accredited. Was it like a workshop or was it like a real school or
it was like a real school, dude. I mean, it was expensive. I remember because we were looking into it, and it never happened because my mom was freaking broke, dude. And
yeah.
it's not like you're getting a scholarship for that, you know. It's like,
Oh yeah, dude. We didn't have much we never even had the opportunity to play fucking T-ball.
yeah, yeah,
We never got to play we never did extracurricular activities. We didn't play any sports, you know, and eventually you just don't care about it. But there was points in our childhood where you know, you want to like, oh, I would like to do karate or like, yeah, I'll join the baseball team. But then you
mhm,
kind of get over it. Like, you know, you find out that's not, those doors are not open for you. Like, okay, well, there's no money for it. So I'll get into movies. That's probably why I'm into the stuff I am into because
yeah,
I wasn't permitted to be into sports to ever go down those trajectories. So I'm like, okay, I'll stay home and listen to fucking, you know, Slayer,
yeah.
whatever. Um, so you know, but it's great. Happened for a reason, I guess. Sean says he just wrapped up a job with Tony Swatton, the Hollywood blacksmith who created Hook's Hook,
Mm,
Cronin's Blade, Thor's Hammer, and the Infinity Gauntlet.
mm.
Wow. Oh, Rufio.
Yeah.
I don't think he did the crow. Why'd you James Hook doing the crow? You did, yeah, whatever. Captain James T. Hook. Anyway, that's awesome.
What, you can fly, you can fight, but can you?
You stole my kids. You killed Rufio. You deserve to die. Anyway, yeah, that's awesome, dude. So are you able to talk about the job, or are you probably not, like the project? You might not be able to, otherwise you said it, but that's fucking awesome, dude. That's really cool.
Let us know when it's wrapped up, man. Tell us about it.
Hey, you know what? If there's anything that's out, that you've just done in the past that you could tell us about that we could check out in our free time, dude, I would love to, man. So
yeah,
if you feel like sharing anything, share it in the chat, dude. I'll jot it down right now. I said that Minecraft comp. Yeah, I realized that after I said that. That's my bad, dude. I was getting caught up, but yeah, I think look, Minecraft is huge. It's a matter of time before they monetize that to a movie. It's just the biggest game in the world.
It's good for kids. It's good for kids.
Sense.
It can be worse, man.
But I don't know. Yeah, for an adult, like I don't want to watch that.
Nah, for an adult, I mean, would you rather have your kids playing Mortal Kombat or Minecraft?
It depends on how old the kid is, dude.
It
depends on their grasp of reality. I think every kid, you just have to gauge where they're at.
Would you rather have them be an engineer or play fighting games?
Okay, you're talking about it from that point. Dude, I want them to do whatever they want.
No, I'm just saying more education. Wait till your kid comes around. Yeah.
Maybe, but someone could be playing Mortal Kombat. Dude, you can make a lot of fucking money being.
No, I totally get it. I totally get it. Yeah.
And you develop great hand-eye coordination with fighters.
Yeah, but that's the minority. That's the 1%ers.
Okay, how many people fucking making billions off Minecraft besides the people?
I'm sure there's a lot of kids that are a lot smarter.
But you could do that too with any kind of game. You could get into wanting to do game dev.
No, I totally get it. I'm just saying.
It doesn't matter. I know, but okay, well then I'll fucking.
If there's that 1% chance, where I'm coming from.
I guess, but I played SimCity growing up, and I didn't want to fucking do that. I don't want to be a mayor.
Yeah, but
I played other Sims, dude.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever. I'm saying why could they play? Why is it one or the other?
There's certain games I don't let my kids play.
If I knew my kid, first of all, we watched horror movies. We played.
I did the same thing.
But look, and I wasn't fucked up. We weren't like, I knew make believe from reality. I stabbing people at school, and I wasn't. So, but I know some kids do. Some kids like draw nasty shit and at school, and like you get calls home from the parents. Yeah, there's obviously lines there. And if my kid was not there, of course not. But like, whatever. If I don't know, they can do whatever they want as long as they're old enough to.
Well, I don't care if they come into the room when I'm watching something, but I'm just saying, like, I'm not gonna go out of my way to.
My wife asked me to. She's like, "Do you want to go see that Lilo and Stitch remake when it comes out?"
Nah, hell no.
I'm like, no. Like, why would I want to do? I mean, I'll go see it with her if she wants to see it, but I'm like, I don't want to because. And the thing here's my admission. I think Lilo and Stitch is awesome. That movie, the animated movie, Lilo and Stitch is great. It's a great animated movie. It is. Have you ever watched it, Todd?
Yes, it's shit. Dude. I don't want
Lilo and Stitch is shit.
Yeah, it's garbage, dude.
No, it's not. What's it about?
I don't remember. I probably slept through that one too.
Lilo and Stitch, I think, is incredibly written. It's really funny, and it's an original idea. It's like Disney did a new IP or whatever. It wasn't a Walt Disney classic thing. I thought it was great, and I think it's a really good movie. And if whatever, if my kid loves Lilo and Stitch, I'll be happy because I'm like, okay, this is at least funny and well done. But it's like now they're remaking it where Stitch is CGI and it looks just like Stitch in the cartoon, but CGI. But now we're casting real actors. Like, why? We've already seen this movie. Why do I want to see this? We've seen this movie in animated form. Why do I got to see it? Now we're going to see it in half animated form. So Disney needs to be done with those fucking remakes, those live action.
Anyway. Oh, well, after Snow White, I think they're probably done. Hopefully,
man. And like The Rock. Dude, first of all, you watch Moana, dude.
Yeah, the first Moana was good. I thought the music was solid.
But you watched Moana with a kid. I'm guessing you watched Lilo Stitch without a kid.
No, I watched it with a kid.
I think Lilo and Stitch is 30 times the movie Moana is. And actually, I think it benefits because it doesn't have fucking stupid songs in it.
See, and that's the thing. If it's a Disney movie, I want songs in it. A Disney kids movie.
Whew, not me. I watched Lilo and Stitch and was like, there's no music in this movie. It's like, it's awesome. Because I really, really loathe musicals. Can't fucking stand them.
I know you hate them. I like them though.
Weird. So it's your background with Newsies and stuff.
I love the Newsies, man. Newsies my favorite, one of my favorite musicals, man. It's great.
Check his workout, guys. A fucking legend. Honored to work with him because the guy helped create my childhood. Yeah, man. Well, I'm looking for. Hopefully, whenever you're ready to talk about it, you're able to, man. Let us know what it is. I'd like to know it. But yeah, I love all the shit you mentioned, dude. Hook's part of my childhood, man. Epic shots of that hook.
Looky, I got hooky.
Leftovers. It's a really cool place. Haven't seen the warehouse, but different apartments are loaded with creatures and puppets from film TV. That's incredible. I'd love. Yeah, Jim Henson's. Yeah, dude. They still have. What's the coolest thing you've seen archived like at Jim Henson's studio? Like something from like history. You seen like any of the Fraggles there, dude? Or like maybe something from like Never Ending Story. Was it Jim Henson's studio? Or maybe the Dark Crystal or something? What's the neatest thing you saw lying around?
Anything Muppet Babies would be sweet.
Jim Henson's Creature Shop, they did the original TMNT 90 costumes. And that's why they looked all fucked up in the second one, because they had to change them because they didn't have Jim Henson on board. They couldn't take his designs. So they had to like hire people to fucking try and redo them, but do them just different enough. And that's why you have the abortion that's on the third movie too. But I love the Jim Henson stuff. I wonder if they still got the original Kermit puppet that looks very different from the Kermit we know. I can't stand FNAF, but I appreciate that they use practical for the movies. Oh, Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah. I watched that on a streamer.
Never seen it.
I didn't like it either, but I think it's probably a good introductory. It feels like a Goosebumps movie, like a kid horror.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's PG-13. You know, it's got somewhat dark subject matter, but it's definitely not. It's definitely a PG-13 movie. So, like, you know, whatever. I could see that being a gateway. Sure thing. Worked on a huge model town miniature for a film called Holland, starring Nicole Kidman. Worked on the first Rebel Moon movie. Built out a few pairs of cyborg heads for the assassin. Wow, dude! Holland, is that one new? I think that's a new one out, right? Let me see. Is that the one that's Let me see. Holland movie. Yeah, 2025. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That one's new. Yeah, I tell you what, Nicole Kidman was attractive back in her day. Now
she's still good.
She's looking a little waxy now, but you know, she was really
Hey, older beer is sweeter juice, right?
Yeah, but what? She's yeah, I'd like her better if she was just naturally old. But she's like all waxy, dude. She looks like Uncanny Valley, and I liked it. Batman Forever, Black Rubber. Oh, when she grabs Val Kilmer's titties, dude. Anyway,
I liked her in Eyes Wide Shut, but yeah,
she didn't get enough screen time in Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah,
a few of the little goblins from Labyrinth and a Raphael turtle suit that was unused and still in pretty good shape. Whoa, mind blown! Wow. So it was. They didn't make any changes, right? Did it look exactly like the Raphael suit ended up looking in the 90 movie? Because you said it wasn't used, so it was like a prototype, or was it a replica? Not screen used, but it looked just like it, dude. Fuck, I probably would have had to give I'm sorry, I would have had to give a cum tribute to it right there and there. No, for serious though, Raphael is my favorite turtle. Absolutely love it. You can't see my turtles up here, but they're off screen. But my Raphael's my favorite, man. I would have loved to have seen that. And I imagine you're not allowed to take like when you go in there. It's probably unprofessional. Like, you know, you go in there, it's just another day, whatever. But I'm sorry, I would have been like, that's Raphael.
body cam.
No. Well, if you work at these places enough, you're probably like, yeah, just business, whatever. But that that would have been cool though, man. Really, really neat. And it doesn't get much more legendary than Henson Studio. It was for the live show thing, I think. Raph was also my fave. Oh, the coming out of our shells tour. Okay. Yeah, it's not quite the same, but it is pretty cool. I the coming out of our shells VHS where they had like the denim like sleeveless jackets and they had the Garth Brooks mics and they were playing guitar. Those are neat too. But yeah, dude, Raph is the best, man. He had the most. He has the most depth as a character, man. Yeah, the coming out of our shells tour. I wanted to go see that when I was a kid, dude. I watched those clips now as an adult. I'm like, God, I was stupid. But that's living testament to where I get why kids like what they like, and I'm just so far removed because I used to like dumb shit too, right? Stuff that people
Mhm.
that were making it, marketing to kids, they like knew, yeah, parents are gonna hate this because they probably hate it but they know it's good. But all their kids were going to drive their parents to go see it, like the Minecraft movie, like the Mario movie, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I remember the Mortal Kombat live tour.
I do.
Remember the height of Mortal Kombat in like 95? We
Yeah.
had the movie, we had MK3 peaking, and they had the live tour. Everything was going on at the same time. And they were literally promoting the live tour with the movie, with the game. Everything was like promoting each other. It was a big machine. And of course, I wanted to go to see the Mortal Kombat live tour. And then I watched an interview, and I'm like, I know it has to be shitty. And I was watching an interview with Carrie Ann Hoskins. She played Sonya in MK3. She was the actress that played her,
Yeah.
and she was the only. I think she was the only actor. No, John Turk who played Sub Zero in MK3 and also they actually did the live tour too. And she was talking about an interview because she does all these like Mortal Kombat nerd fandom podcasts and stuff, and she gets her nut doing that. But she was talking about it's like, yeah, like the kids loved it, but like it was pretty bad. Like there's no fucking story. Like what the hell's going on here? But she was even saying how fucking stupid it was. But it was great. Kids loved it. And, I'm pretty sure the parents were like hating life, but of course, TMNT was a phenomenon. Loved him so much. I still do, man. It's a problem. And, I'm going through a thing right now where I'm selling off a bunch of old stuff and a lot of clutter and parting with my childhood on a lot of things. And I've just come to the realization, well, having a kid helps you do that, right? It's like, all right, I could use the money in the space. But also,
Absolutely.
I realize if you don't have the space to display it, and you have shit just in closets, it's time to thin it, to let it go. And
Yeah, if
it's
you
true.
don't look at it, absolutely.
If you don't have time for it, or you can't even put it, look, there's a lot of stuff that people have on display that they're not actually getting maximum use out of. But if you can't even have it out and about, it's time to thin it out. I've been selling my retro game collection for a few weeks now. I've been going to the post office just about every day, usually with multiple packages, and I'm kind of slowly working my way through that. Then I'm gonna attack the toys. There's a couple of games like I'm not gonna sell every little thing. Like there's a couple of things I'm kind of like hesitant about, right? That really mean a lot to me. Like maybe I might get there, but if it's a game that is not available anywhere, maybe I'll keep that, as a preservationist, right? It just depends. But most stuff is available. Most stuff is like you could play it any other way. You could play it digitally, raw, but some stuff, you know,
Once once your kid comes, you'll have maybe a third of the time to actually do stuff you like. So you'll be selling off a lot more because it's like I don't have fucking time to do anything.
I,
Like,
dude, I'm seeing the paychecks from it, and I'm like, this is worth the money. Everything I'm selling is like $70 here, $80 here,
yeah,
$200 here, $120. So it's like, dude, this has been just gathering dust for 15 years in a closet.
yes,
Yeah, making money.
absolutely.
I'm not getting, and like I said, for example, they unveiled. I don't want to talk too much about video games or anything like that on this stream and this channel, but they unveiled the Switch 2, and there's all that stuff with the turfs and all that stuff, the turfs, all that drama. But I think the timing is right because at the same time I've started to sell off my stuff that I never wanted to part with before, and then they announced the Switch 2 and how much the games are going to be, and also the fact that the games are physical but not physical. Like what you're buying is a key that's on a cart. It's not really the game. I'm like, I'm done with physical media now.
Key on a cart? What are you talking
Like,
about?
so there's no games on the carts. So you're buying the game, the little cartridges. There's no actual game on it. What you're doing is you're buying as soon as you put it in your Switch 2 or whatever, it's going to unlock you to download it. It's going to be a key. So
So
I
you can
think,
only have it on one
yep,
one
yep.
Switch?
The cart basically acts like a game because you need it as a key, but it's not real. There's really nothing on
So
it.
what's the fucking point of it?
Exactly. So it's like, you know what? I'm done with the space, and I
Oh
think we're
my god, I didn't know that, dude.
well, you're digital anyway, so what do you care, right? So it's like whatever. I'm digital.
No, not for the Switch. Not the kids'
Well,
games. They have like 30 fucking Switch games.
oh, well, they're not going to know the difference because it literally will be like the game. It's going to be like, no, it is. It's the game. They're
No,
not going to know.
I'm talking about. So I mean, they've already broke my PlayStation. So if they break the Switch, do I have to buy the game again?
Yeah. So here's the
See,
thing.
that's what fucking sucks, dude.
No, but you could just buy digital. Then you'll have it.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
like the PlayStation. It's like the store.
So don't. So why are they even making these fucking?
Yeah. So look, if you buy digital, you're great because you can just re-download it. No big deal. Just like PlayStation. Great. But the people that like physical media, the people that were still buying physical media liked having a game because it's like just in case
Yeah.
shit hits the fan or whatever, you like having it. But now the games, it's like a game. There's a cartridge in there. You stick it in your Switch and you play it, but it's not really a game because you put it in there and it acts as a key for you to download and for you to allow you to play the game. And when you take the cartridge out, you can't play it. So, and then you need the cartridge to play it, but there's really technically not a game on there, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So it's for one system, so you can't resell
Yes.
it. Yeah.
Well, I think the way they're doing it is so some people like the idea, some people don't, because it's like, well, oh, so your stuff will still have value because it acts as the key. Because it will be. Because if you resell your game, you'll have that key. It's one key linked to it. It's permanently linked to your cartridge. So it's weird. So you technically could, but most people just want to buy shit to have it on the shelf. They don't give a shit. But anyway, I'm done with that. Now I was still buying physical games because there's just such a resale market.
I haven't
But I
done it
think
for
we're
a while.
but I think we're over it now. I think now with PlayStation 5 going forward, it's just too congested. Everything's digital to a point where I just don't think it I think the retro market's going to stop at a point.
I
But
agree. I agree.
as far as the hype and stuff, but no, but if it didn't, like no, I would still buy certain titles because I could always flip it later. It just depends on what it is. And
Yeah.
there's certain things that come out where like I said, Final Fantasy 7 the remake, the part 2 on PS5 that came out, that fucking collector's edition was selling for fucking triple,
Mhm.
right? And I fucking sold off mine and made a fucking mint. But you could, games like that, you wait a year, they'll be available for free with your subscription for download. So just certain things I think are good investments, but I don't know. But yeah, anyway, so I totally want to get a Switch too, because I do like the Switch. I love the Switch, and all I want is a better Switch. I'm not bummed out about it. Like people are like, oh, it's just a better Switch. That's fucking all.
No, I like the Switch. I'm not in any hurry to get it. I'll get it
No, but I'm
eventually.
saying like I would get one, and I'd be totally happy. Just be like, you know what, this is a digital machine. I don't care, because it's like think about it. A Switch is portable. I would play my Switch in portable mode. I love it. It'd be by the bedside. I would take it on a plane. Or I'd take it if I'm traveling to Missouri to see family. That's where that thing gets the mileage. Why would I want to lug around carts? It makes no sense now. It's like if everything's down, if you can download everything, you can store your games, especially if they're going to allow you to.
Does it Switch 2 allow you to put your cartridge in there then?
What?
You
You sound
the
like a
Switch
boomer.
1 games. Can you put the Switch
Backwards
1 games in
compatibility?
Switch 2? Yeah.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
You didn't sound like a normal person when you said that. They let you put your carts in there. What you got to specify?
Did they put them in there?
But like, yeah, it's like why it's a portable thing. If you don't have to lug around a bunch of shit, isn't that like the selling point behind it? So I'm all cool with it. I'm cool with thinning out, and I have to get. The algorithms are real on eBay. because I took a break. I was listening like fucking 10 to 15 things every day for like 2 weeks straight. And that's why I was like hot, just selling shit. And then I took a break. I took a break for like 4 whole days because I'm like, I need to edit this fucking Leprechaun commentary. It's taking me forever. So I got to like stop listing shit because I need to put some time in it. And, you know, because I didn't list anything for 4 days, the last few days of that, I sold nothing. It's like it took me out of the algorithm. And
It
then,
does, but it kicks you back in there because I've sold.
yep.
Yeah.
And then a few days ago, I kicked back in and I listed a
Yeah.
bunch of shit. And the next day, I sold like 2. I sold Batman on the NES complete, shrink wrapped, hundreds of dollars. I sold it in 2 seconds after. Literally, I listed it and I got 3 minutes, bought it. You know.
Yeah.
So and now I'm already firing back on it. So I've had a bunch of movies I put on eBay last year, and I was selling them not like hot and heavy, but I was selling them every now and a blue moon. I was getting a sale. And now that totally dried up, and there's like a lot of good titles that are just sitting there. I wonder if it's targeted. So I wonder if I put a new movie on there, if my other movies will get like recommended, right? And then I'll sell stuff. Because like I'll sell it's Super Nintendo or NES or whatever system I'm on right now. If I list a new NES game, it seems like I sell like an NES game I listed before, like a week ago. Right? It just reinvigorates whatever it is I sold.
Yeah, because mine's like pretty much every other day now. Like at first, I was hitting like every day selling stuff, and now it's tapering off, but it's still there. So
yeah, I sold Gauntlet 4 on the Sega Genesis for $70 today.
Gauntlet
That was my
4.
sale.
Wow, Jesus.
Yeah, absolutely. But anyway, so hey, Mutineer, I'm sorry, man. I didn't say hi to you, but Donatello, was he your favorite? I love Donnie. I love all of them, man. So yeah, anyway, like I said, when I get to the toys, I'm not gonna sell everything. I'm gonna hold on to my my quarter scale, my TMNT, and I'm actually gonna like pause when I get to all the TMNT stuff in general and be like, okay, do I really want to sell any of the TMNT stuff, or do I thin out the TMNTs? Look, I've got stuff from Power. I'll sell all the Power Rangers shit. I don't give a shit. I'll sell all the Marvel Legends shit. I don't care about that shit anymore. But you know, some stuff I'll be like, maybe I'll ease up. It just depends. But anyway, guys, it was fun. I got to go eat a late dinner, and I'm gonna put some work into this Leprechaun commentary. That's fucking just owning my entire existence, my soul this week. But
hey, maybe we should do Leprechaun 2 next week.
Hey, when are we doing Martin? Did you talk to your boy, or did he get scared off?
No, I'll talk. I'll reach out to him again.
Did you ever appear on 4K Tent? Did you ever appear on that?
No, I've been like every time that they're gonna record, like I'm doing something else.
Gotcha. Well, line up the Martin thing. I'm down to do another Leprechaun. If you guys are down to see another Leprechaun, I had so much fun doing that stuff, dude.
I need to go through all of the Leprechauns. So
quick pulse check before we end the stream. What Leprechaun movie should we do next? Todd and I did 3 last week, and should we? I don't want to do I want to do all of them, but do we do 2? Do we do In Space? I feel like In Space might be the one, dude. Or do we do a Hood? In Space, dude.
I'd rather do a Hood than Space.
Okay, Sean wants the Hood.
Hood 1 or 2.
Hood 1 or 2. They're both good. They're both good for different reasons. But the second one, I think, is the first one is a little bit more of a real movie in there. And the second one just kicks up the fucking stupidity, so it's funnier. So it's a bit of a trade-off. Okay. Sean says the Hood 1. I think we might have to do Leprechaun on the Hood 1.
I'll do Hood 1. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Okay, well, it's settled. We'll do Leprechaun of the Hood 1. So Leprechaun and Leprechaun 3. That commentary I'm going to have up Monday. I was telling people on a last stream, I'm really going all out with this one. I'm really taking a lot of time. The edit on this one is a lot more robust. It's a much better watch. It's
Your mom said Back to the Hood.
My mom loves Back to the Hood. Back to Hood. That's what she says. Back to Hood. We'll get there. We'll have to do the first one first.
Mhm.
But anyway, if you guys like Leprechaun 3 when that drops, let me know. Because let me know if you guys like the approach better and it makes it a better viewing experience and it makes it more valuable. Because if it does, I want to keep exploring taking this much time into them because it's a time suck doing more editing and shit like
Yeah.
that. And by all means, if it doesn't add any value, let me know too because I need to put my time where it's needed. But it's awesome commentary. It's really funny. It's a really good watch, and it just makes you want to do all war exploitation starts today. All right. No, I'm not doing Willow though. Fuck that. Or Harry Potter. Pretty much Leprechaun exploitation. All right, so we're gonna do Leprechaun in the Hood next week. Todd's stoked.
Do it.
Next. We'll do Leprechaun in the Hood next. All right, guys. Later. Bye.